Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking on today's video. It is pumpkin spice season, and you know what that means. I have a pattern for you for how to make this really cool PSL coaster. You guys loved the mug-shaped coaster tutorial that I made before about a tea. And so today I have a similar pattern, but specifically a pumpkin spice latte. So without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about what you'll need to make one of these. So for this tutorial, you will need 4 different colors of yarn. The color that you want for the mug, I'm using this burnt pumpkin color, I believe. It is called Burnt Pumpkin by I Love This Yarn, and you can get this at Hobby Lobby for $4.99. For the drink color, you're gonna need a light brown for the latte, a white for the cream on top, and if you wanted to do a cinnamon stick, then you're going to need a darker brown. I'm using acrylic yarn for this, but typically for coasters you want to use cotton. So if you have cotton laying around, I recommend grabbing that first. The other materials you'll need is obviously a crochet hook. This is a 5mm crochet hook by the brand Clover. You're going to need a pair of scissors, a yarn needle to weave in your ends, and a bronzer, which I will show you a really cool optional trick at the end that you can use with the bronzer. Okay, so to start off this coaster, I'm going to be using a 5mm crochet hook and my orange mug color that I'm going to be using for the mug. And I'm going to start off with a slip knot and chain 5. I'm going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch across. And that gives me 4 single crochets total. I'm going to chain 1 and turn, and place 1 single crochet in each of the 4 again. From here I'm going to chain 1 and turn, and this is our first row of increasing. I'm going to put 2 single crochets in the first, 1 single crochet in the next 2, and then 2 single crochets in the last. And that will give us a total of 6. I'm going to chain 1 and turn and put 1 single crochet in each of the 6. I'm going to chain 1 and turn and do my second row of increasing. So I'm going to put 2 single crochets in the first, 1 single crochet in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 single crochets in the last, and that gives us a total of 8. I'm going to chain 1 and turn and do 1 row of 1 single crochet in each across. I'm going to chain 1 and turn, and this is my last increase row. 2 single crochets in the first, 1 single crochet in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 2 single crochets in the last, and that gives us a total of 10. I'm going to chain 1 and turn, place 1 single crochet in each stitch across for the next 2 rows, and making sure that you chain 1 and turn when you're done. and we still have a total of 10 stitches across. We're going to do one more round of orange before we finish off for now. We're going to create the top of the mug where it kind of folds in on the sides. So we're going to chain one and turn. We're going to put one double crochet in the first, one half double crochet in the next two, one single crochet in the next four, one half double crochet in the next two, and one double crochet in the last stitch. So one double crochet in the first, one half double crochet in the next two, one single crochet in the next four, one half double crochet in the next two, and a double crochet in the last stitch. And from here we're going to finish off the orange for now. And we're going to move on to the drink color. We're going to move on to making the part of the mug that's the drink. So you can grab a brown yarn, whatever color you want to use. If you're making tea, like I've done in a past video, you can do like a chamomile color. But in this case, I'm going to use a light brown to represent a latte because this is a PSL. So I have this brown here, and I believe this is Yarn Bee. I'm not 100% sure, but any yarn will do as long as you're happy with the color. I'm going to take the mug that I just worked on, and I'm going to find the top, the stitch all the way to the top right, and that's where I'm going to connect my yarn, and I'm going to just tie a knot. I'm going in that stitch, I'm going to pull up a loop. From here, we're going to kind of work the opposite of what we did for this last row on the orange. We're going to work one single crochet in the first two, one half double crochet in the next, one double crochet in the next four, one half double crochet in the next, and one single crochet in the last two. So this right here, we'll count that as a single crochet. We're going to put one single crochet in the next. We're going to put one half double crochet in the next stitch, one double crochet in the next four, and I'm working that tail end in. And now we're going to work our way back down. So I'm going to do one half double crochet in the next, and then in the last two I'm going to put one single crochet. And that's it for the drink color. After finishing off the drink color here, I just trimmed it, tied a knot, and I'm going to tie these two together. Just because when I work my way around the mug, I'm going to work these two tail ends in together. And this one will be worked in as well. So we're going to go back to our orange pumpkin color to finish off the rest of the mug. Just like where I joined the drink color, I'm going to find over here the first stitch on the top right, and I'm going to attach my yarn the same way. And I'm going to insert my hook and pull up a loop. And now what we're going to do for the top of these brown stitches, We're gonna work one slip stitch in the back loops only. So I'm just catching that back loop and working one slip stitch in each back loop across. And what that's gonna do is give the mug sort of a 3D look, as if the drink is inside of it. Because every time you do a back loop, it pushes the other loop forward. And now what we're gonna do is continue working all the way around the perimeter, the bottom, up the right-hand side back where we started. And there are no defined stitches on the sides, so what you're gonna have to do is just insert your hook and work a single crochet where you think makes sense. So maybe I'll put one here and just along these gaps. You just want to make sure that the stitches are consistent and they're not too tight or too loose. And I'm working these two tail ends in as I go. And once I'm about halfway or so down this side, I like to trim these tail ends away. And just continue working down the mug. I'm onto the bottom now, and these are stitches, the original chains that we did, so these will be a little bit easier to see. Should be about 4 of those there. And now I'm going to work in this tail end, work my way back up the mug toward where I started. Do a couple more up here, one more in there, and a slip stitch with the original stitch for that round. And now what we're going to do is create the mug's handle. We're going to chain 1 and turn. You're going to work 1 slip stitch in the next 2, so we're working our way back down where we just came from. And from here, we're gonna work up a chain length of about 8 to 10, just kind of depends, I guess, how tight your stitches are. I'm gonna do 10. Okay, so we have a length of 10 chains, and we're gonna slip stitch down here. I'm gonna count about 2 or 3 stitches up from the base. So we'll go right in the middle there, and we're going to slip stitch to attach the handle. Chain 1 and turn, and now we're going to put 10 half double crochets in the space, not the stitches themselves, but just work right into the hole. So 10 half double crochets, 10 to 12. I might actually do 12 just so that it pops out a little more and stretches. So there's about 10 of them. I'm gonna do 2 more. 11, and there's 12. And right where the handle connects, I'm just going to slip stitch into the mug. And we can finish off this color. And now we're gonna move on to making the cream, and then I'll show you how to do the cinnamon stick, and we're all done. So really quickly, before I show you how to make these few cream stitches, I want to show you where I put them and why. So when we did our drink color and came up behind with slip stitches in the back loop only, it kind of created this pop out effect, like the drink is inside the mug. So this is very simple. I'm not trying to overcomplicate this. Obviously you can just go right in the orange on top and add the cream, that's fine. But I kind of did it right where the brown and the orange separate. And I did these cream stitches on the top of the drink itself, just to kind of add more, I guess, a realistic touch to it. But like I said, it's not that picky. So I just wanted to show you that really quickly, because that's where we're gonna be inserting the white stitches, is just right along the top of the drink stitches. So we're gonna grab our white. So I'm gonna find the half double crochet in the drink stitch, the one that's furthest to the top right. So that is right here. And I'm just gonna grab that top stitch. I'm gonna connect my white the same way I have before and tie that on. I'm gonna go in with my hook and pull up a loop. So this first stitch counts as a single crochet. In the next stitch, I'm gonna work a half double crochet. I'm gonna work one double crochet in the next. And to create the peak of our cream, we're just gonna chain 2 and slip stitch into the top double crochet. One half double crochet in the next. And one single crochet in the last. So you can kind of see how chaining on top of the double crochet created a peak effect for the whipped cream. And we worked our white tail end across. So we can finish that off and make sure you're weaving in your ends. For the next step and the last step, we're going to create a cinnamon stick coming out of the mug. That is optional. If you wanted to stop there without the cinnamon stick, you can. I just think it adds all the more flavor and just personality to the mug. So we're gonna go in with a dark brown, and this is a really good time to use scrap yarn that you have laying around. So there is a particular spot where I placed the cinnamon stick. Obviously we are a little bit over from the far left. Placement is totally up to you. This is what I did. So I inserted over here, a couple stitches over from the left, and one stitch behind where the whipped cream starts to form. And I'm only going through the back here. So I'm actually going to be working from the back side, chaining up a certain amount. I'll show you how to do that. But I'm not going through the drink stitches in the front. So again, just like minor details like that make a difference with the overall look. But if you just want to go in or put the stick wherever you want, over here, wherever, it's up to you. So I'm actually going to turn my work over, and right where this whipped cream stitch, or whatever you want to call it, is, I'm going to insert my hook into just here where the orange separates from the drink color. So I'm going to go up through there and insert my hook and attach my brown cinnamon color, tie a knot, and working from back here, I'm not going to go back over here yet. I'm going to go back in here and chain up 5. And from here, I'm just gonna work 1 slip stitch in, starting with the second chain from the hook, work 1 slip stitch down each of those 4 chains. And then from here, we're gonna slip stitch back into the mug where we started. And that's what it will look like from the front. So we're gonna finish this off. That's all you do for the stick. It's very simple, only a couple rows, or only a couple stitches. And I like to tie these off and make sure you are weaving in all of your ends. So this is what it should look like when you're done. And I just wanted to show you one more really cute thing that you can do is add a little bit of makeup. I used actually this like old bronzer that I have found, but I like the tone of it. It's not too, there's like a little sparkle. I don't even know which way this opens up. There we go. There's like a little bit of shimmer to it, so it's not, I don't know, but I don't use it for my face. So what I'm gonna do is just press this white part only, and it a little bit goes a long way. So I just like to brush on a little bit onto the white to kind of add this like powder effect. And you can use a brush for this too, but like I said, a little bit goes a long way. You just want a little bit of dusting, but it's a really cool way to add more personality and uniqueness to the piece. I think it looks like a really cool, you know, cinnamon dusting, if you will. And yeah. So that is it for today's pumpkin spice latte mug coaster tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with friends. This is a very easy, beginner-friendly tutorial as well. I will have a written pattern available on my website over at thenorthstitch.com. And also make sure you are following me on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.